Amen. Good morning, little girls and boys. Where are the girls and boys? Can I see your hands? Yes, I see you. I see you. So, good morning once again. Good morning. Yes, you can answer good morning back. Good morning. How are you today? Thank you. So, from the Children's Corner this morning, I am going to tell a story entitled, Do Not Lose Hope. Do not lose hope. Okay? And it's coming from the book of Genesis 39, verse 1 to 49, for reference purposes. Parents, please take note. And this is the story about Joseph. How many of you have heard or read about the story of Joseph? Boys and girls, Joseph, it is a very well-known story, right? Okay, so we're going to tell this story with the thought in mind that we must not lose hope. Joseph was a little boy, just like yourselves and girls, and when he was growing up, he was loved by the father. And I'm sure all of you are loved by your mommies and daddies. And so he was loved by the father. Do you know why? Because he knew God at a very young age. He dreamed about God speaking to him. Not the dreams we have. When you dream, you wake up and you're asking yourself, was it real or not? And you've forgotten the dream sometimes. But with Joseph, he did not forget the dreams. And he always shared with the father the dreams that he had. And so he was so much loved. And he became a problem to 10 of his brothers. How many brothers? 10. 10 of his brothers who became jealous of Joseph because they did not like the attention that he got from the daddy. And because of this jealous, they began to think things and just how he thinks he's a strong boy or how he thinks he's special. They just didn't like it. And one day, the daddy asked him to take food to his brothers. And when they saw Joseph coming, the 10 brothers were now saying, oh, here comes a dreamer. Here comes the special one. We are going to deal with him today so that he is out of our sight forever. Have you ever been, can you imagine having your big brothers and your big sisters and then they don't like you? When they see you, all they do is speak very bad things about you. Joseph was going through that. And so when he approached where the brothers were, the brothers spoke before he approached them. They had different ideas. The first one was, let's kill him. And the other one says, no, let's not kill him. We can throw him into a deep ditch where he's going to starve and die out of hunger. Then the other brother saw the traders coming and said, okay, we don't have to kill him. Perhaps we can sell him as a slave and he will be gone far away from where we are and we will never see him again. And so they decided that they were going to do just that. So when he got there, they bound him, they got him, and they sold him to the traders. Now you can imagine your own brothers selling you to people that you don't even know. And Joseph was very sad. They walked for 30 days through the desert to the land of Egypt. And when Joseph was walking, he just thought about his father. What is my father thinking about? Where have I gone to? How sad is he? But at the same time, he was disappointed that he was sold off by his own brothers. He got to Egypt as though it was not enough. In Egypt again, they sold him off. And so for the second time, Joseph is being sold off. And then he's wondering what's happening. At that point, he's asking himself, when I was young, and back then I would think about God and I would have communion with God, I would fellowship with God, is he still there? His answer was, yes, of course, he's still there. As though it wasn't even enough, Joseph was put in prison. In prison, so many things went through his mind. I have done good to people, and they're the same people that don't like me. I have my own brothers have destroyed my life. They've sold me to people that I don't even know, and here I am. But now, do you know what the important thing was? And this also goes to the big boys and the big girls. Here is where it gets interesting. Joseph never asked the question, why? What he always asked was, what do I do next? Okay? He never questioned why he was in that situation, but he remembered to trust in God. And he remembered that he had a relationship with God. And if he could call upon God like he did in the old days, he was given dreams that one day he will be this powerful person. He relied on God. And do you know what happened, boys and girls? He was freed from prison. And when he was freed from prison, he became a very important person. He was appointed Prime Minister of Egypt, a very big position. And at that point, he knew that God had come through for us. What are we saying to each one of us? We may be faced with different problems, different circumstances that we all encounter. Yet we must realize that God is always there for us. We must always trust in God just like Joseph did, because he will never leave you alone. In your darkest point, remember to call upon God because he will be there. And just like David recommends in Psalms 37, verse 5 to 6, I read, "Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." 6, "And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday." So at your darkest moment, remember to call upon Jesus, because that light is going to shine so bright before you. May the Lord bless us all. Happy Sabbath.
Amen.